Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller?
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimblett to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Welcome to Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Joseph.
And today we have a review episode. We're going to be reviewing my pick from the Wheel of Destiny. Today we review Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It has it all. The awesome, pristine beauty of the land, the warm caress of perfect beaches, the tantalizing wetness of the blue Pacific.
Wetness.
Hawaii. It's a great place to visit, but you wouldn't want to die there.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Four of America's finest, ready and willing to pay the price for paradise. They're undercover, but not under-equipped. On this mission, there's hard flying, hard playing, hard fighting.
Agents are everywhere.
Have no mercy.
Have no mercy.
Kill them all.
All right.
This ain't no hula. It's a hard ticket to Hawaii.
This ain't
Not done yet.
hula.
This ain't no hula, baby. This is a hard ticket to Hawaii. Is that a saying? Is that like a thing? Hard ticket to Hawaii? Like a hard ticket? What does that even mean?
Hard ticket to paradise.
I don't know. I don't know what that means, but it's certainly a compelling title.
Well,
What's a hard ticket?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't
I know what a
matter.
hot ticket is, but what's a hard ticket?
Who knows?
It's a hard
It's a-
ticket to-
it's a boner.
It's a hard ticket to get.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. So either way, what a trailer. I feel like
Gotta say, higher quality than the movie.
I was just gonna say I don't want to show my hand too much on my review of this, but
I just meant like it was cleaner looking in terms of like it was not pixelated. It like was actually like
I see.
it looked HD.
Well, I have a feeling that this was pulled from the 4K restoration of this, which is offered. There is a
Why was that done for this movie?
We'll get into that. So, Hard Ticket to Hawaii of 1987. This is rated R, as you might imagine. Clocking in at 96 minutes, a nice short 96 minutes. On Tubi, it's close to 2 hours.
Not short enough.
Yeah, and it's offered free to stream right now on our beloved Tubi. Also on Plex and probably a billion other places. But this is written and directed by Andy Sedaris. I've heard some people say Sedaris, but there's Amy Sedaris and David Sedaris are two pop culture figures which are known in the zeitgeist. Amy Sedaris, she's the girl from Stranger with Candy. She's also in The Mandalorian. She's like the frizzy-haired woman on Tatooine that takes care of the child.
Yes.
She was the James Caan's assistant in Elf. She's been in a million things. She's kind of a chameleon. And David Sedaris is a contributor to This American Life. He's an American author who reads a lot of his short stories on air on This American Life. This stars Ron Moss as Rowdy Abilene, Donna Spear as Donna, Hope Marie Carlton as Taryn, Harold Diamond as Jade, Rodrigo Obregon as Seth Romero, Cynthia Brimall as Edie, Patty Dufik as Patty Cakes, and Wolf Larson as JJ Jackson. There's also a number of like special appearances. They said, special appearance by Peter Bromelow as Mr. Chang, the whitest guy you've ever met. Playing Mr. Chang. So yeah, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. This was my pick from the Wheel of Destiny. And Joseph wants to know
Why this movie?
Yeah, Joseph wants to know why.
Where did you find this?
Well, I saw the one scene, which is kind of the more famous scene on in this movie, where there's the two main male protagonists are riding their Jeep, open top Jeep with both doors off down some Hawaiian sort of I don't know, highway or something like that. Yeah, something like that. And a skater assassin comes in on a skateboard and they blow him up and his inflatable doll with a rocket launcher.
Yes.
And I saw that and I thought, where can we go wrong? And how wrong I was. So
Really? Okay.
so we'll get into this movie or this review right now. Tyler, you have first off,
So you found this movie just based on the scene.
the one clip. Yeah. And
Okay.
I know Andy
really?
I know Andy Sedaris is kind of this like kingpin of sleaze from like the 1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Malibu Express and a number of other movies are kind of his like claim to fame. And that's pretty much, I just wanted to get an idea. I've never seen any Andy Sedaris movies. I wanted to get an idea for it, bring it to the show. Thought it'd be good fodder to talk about. And hopefully the rest of the movie could keep up with this, which we'll figure out in a little bit if that's the case. Before I get into Tyler's initial thoughts on this, I want to say thank you to the people on the YouTube live stream, which are here. We have a new viewer, Way Better is their name. Not sure if that's somebody we know or random, but thank you. Welcome. My love of my life is in the chat. And if you're listening to us on the podcast stream, just go to the YouTube page. It's just youtube.com/@middleclassfilmclass. One of the dumbest.
The @ sign.
The @ sign in the URL. Or you can just
Disparage it.
or just go to YouTube and just search Middle Class Film Class. You'll find us. It's our logo, just like the podcast has. Subscribe, turn notifications on, and you could be notified when we. Oh Jesus! You okay, Joseph?
Dying.
Oh my God.
Dying, LA Turtle style. But yeah, if you turn notifications on, you can find out when we go live and watch along. It helps a lot if you watch along live or if you just watch the YouTube stream rather than the podcast stream. It makes a big difference for us. And Joseph is remoting. He's dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Previously mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty much on death's
He
door.
missed it. We
This
missed
is the last thing I'll do, so it better be good.
Yeah. Oh boy. So Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Tyler, you've seen this before, and
yes.
tell us your experience with this.
Okay, so me and the late great Brent Daniels, we were on a kick with like watching like old shitty movies, and we like you mentioned the aforementioned the skateboarding scene.
Yeah,
we saw it on YouTube because we'd always fart around on the internet, and we just found this. We found this clip. And we thought to ourselves, what is this movie? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
And so we thought we were just like, okay, let's find it. And then we saw A Hard Ticket to Hawaii. And then
you found it. You said last week. You said you found it on VHS at like a thrift store. Is that true?
That is true.
Or is that just a lie?
I don't.
Was that a lie, Tyler?
No. So can I continue?
Yes. Continue.
We found the clip, and then we went to the thrift store, and it was almost like fate that we found this VHS tape.
Okay.
And so we found it, and then we watched it, and it was great. Would you like to hear my Letterboxd?
You have a Letterboxd review for this?
I do.
Oh, hello. Come along, won't you? As Tyler reads his own Letterboxd reviews. This is me, myself, and Tyler. Please read your own Letterboxd review for this movie, Tyler.
Okay, so the review goes as this. This movie can be shit on, made fun of, and be regarded as a bad movie. However, I think of this movie as a memory creator. Whether you watch it on your own or with a group of friends, it creates a memory you will not forget, and I think that is the success of the movie. Probably unintended, but the aura of the whole production feels like it was a vacation for similar aged people. It's fun, plain, and simple. Great movie to watch while eating breakfast in the early morning. I think ultimately why I like this movie is because it felt like everyone was having a good time, thus making me feel have a good time. That's making me feel have a good time. I don't know why.
That makes sense.
I
accurate.
grade this movie an A for the sheer fact it gave me a positive experience. And so, yeah, I mean, like, it just...
You say after this, you're HIV positive? Is that what you said?
Maybe. I don't know. I have to go look to a doctor about that. But regardless of my...
Check your foreskin. Oh, wait, you don't have one.
regardless of regardless of my infirmity, I think this movie, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say it's a good movie.
Okay,
but what I think, like I said in the review of my letterbox, I think what this movie succeeds on is that it creates a memory, a positive memory, I should say.
Okay.
Like it creates a positive memory, and yeah, I mean, so like it's kind of like the so good it's bad movie sort of thing.
The opposite, so bad it's good.
Oh, it's so bad it's good. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Is this a positive memory you have just from watching this with your dear beloved late pal Brent, or did you have the same feeling now? Was it more?
No, I had the same feeling now too.
Was it more of a nostalgia trip where you were able to put yourself in that mindset?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think it kind of like ebbs and flows with that sort of thing. Like yeah, of course there is a nostalgic factor to it, but when I watch movies for the show, I watch it like objectively.
Sure.
And so when I was watching this movie, it's just so fun. It's so fun. It's so dumb and it's so fun, and there's not any lulls in the... I mean, there's kind of a lull in, like, the middle part of the movie. However, it just... When I think about the making of this movie, it was just people wanting to go to Hawaii and make an action movie and having a vacation and just, like, a reason to get...
Just like Sandler does with his movies now.
Exactly that. So, yeah, definitely... I rated it a 5.5 stars. So
5.5 stars out of how many? Out of 5?
Yeah. Out of
Wait, 5.5?
5.5.
4.5.
Well, sorry, 4.5.
4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Joseph, are you your pipes clear enough to give us a review?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try to make it through, my next few sentences.
I appreciate I appreciate the use of mute. Yes. That was a good one. A good cough you had to get out. Yeah.
All right. So this movie, it's Hard Ticket to Hawaii, directed by Andy Sidaris, who famous for boobs, bombs, and
Battlestar Galactica.
Boobs, bombs, and something else, but. Battlestar Galactica. This features a bunch of Playboy playmates and like penthouse pets, and it felt like a softcore porn at moments.
Yeah,
a lot of gratuitous, unnecessary scenes, just featuring boobs because the director's like, "Well, we got tits, we're gonna use them."
Yeah. Any opportunity where the shirt's on is a wasted opportunity.
And there's one scene in particular where they're like, I have to think, let's hit the jacuzzi. And then they're in the jacuzzi for like a minute and then they leave.
I do my best thinking in the hot tub.
And
the jacuzzi.
So that was kind of a detractor, honestly, for the movie. It was just overused, and then in the third act there's like this one of the more bizarre sex scenes.
Oh yeah. I don't know what he's penetrating.
Like it's like they're just like they're naked but they're not really doing anything, and it's just the guy's going and that's it.
That's not. Wait, that's not how you make love. Because they were making
No,
love. They
that's
were
like how Mormons make love. I don't know what.
They were making
know
love.
what's-
It's called soaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this was not an enjoyable experience. This was it did not get to the so bad it's good level for me. It was just so bad that it stayed bad.
It was so bad that it was just a bad movie.
Yeah, it was not. There was nothing redeeming about it for
You
me.
didn't laugh at anything. Like it wasn't.
It was too far, like few and far between. Like it was just the nature of like it felt very exploitative, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's just like we have a bunch of Playboy bunnies in here and they're topless for 80% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore
It's a good movie.
it's a entertaining movie.
Yeah.
But it was a suffering experience.
Oh God, the suffering experience.
Yeah. It was. It just didn't make sense, which is like in any other like bad good bad movie or whatever. Like it's laughable, but it just was surrounded by everything else that just made it unenjoyable. Like the end when like they're all in the van and then they forget. I forgot what happens, but they're all in the van
they're
driving
like,
away.
Who got Seth? Who took
And
care of
then-
Seth?
Yeah, and then the guy leaves, but then the other girl is like back where, like who was in the van, but is like back at the house, like back at her home.
She wasn't in the van because the problem too is that
It's like it didn't make sense
yeah,
time wise or logistically.
Why would
and like where he was going and where he ends up.
yeah,
Because like he doesn't go back to where they were. He goes to her house.
yeah. He follows her home. She goes home on her own accord while they all leave in the van
Yeah.
for some reason.
And it's like that happened in like the afternoon, and now it's like it's like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's like 5 hours later. He was driving around the island. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it did not land in that camp of good bad movies for me.
it was
just bad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I gotta say, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I had a lot of high hopes for this movie, and I like movies that are so bad they're good.
Right.
The ones that I have two that I kind of reference on a regular basis: Samurai Cop and Miami Connection.
Samurai Cop is a good one.
Yeah, and we covered Miami Connection on this show a long time ago, and I feel like Samurai Cop is the evil version of So Bad It's Good, where Miami Connection is the chaotic good version of So Bad It's Good. Okay. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is like they have chaotic evil. I'd say that's probably the chaotic evil version. It's like I agree with Joseph in the sense that it's there's not enough meat on the bone to sustain a full meal. I think the real problem is that I was sold a bill of goods from that fantastic trailer, and they take all the most kitschy, ridiculous scenes, the exploitative explosions and the ridiculous outfits and the dude that really wants to play frisbee on the beach with the shades on the whole time. And
Yeah, his name is Shades.
oh, that guy over there, his name is Shades.
I love that. I was howling.
He throws every afternoon with the locals. He throws. You like to throw? You're a thrower, huh? You want to come throw with the best of us?
Like when
See what you got, tough guy.
when they said, "Oh yeah, that's that bodyguard. His name is Shades," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was like howling.
Sure, that's funny. And the aspect of they're 6 feet apart playing frisbee is like, who plays frisbee 6 feet apart? You don't have to be a skilled frisbee player, and he's acting like I don't know. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but all those little bits and the snake that comes out of the toilet and the rocket explosion that explodes
The fact that they're always carrying a bazooka.
Yeah, there's the skateboard assassin, and they shoot one rocket at this assassin who gets launched into the air inexplicably high, and then they shoot a second rocket at the
blown-up
blow up doll, which has no point in being there. I'm just gonna play the clip real quick because I have.
We're gonna play the clip.
I have that clip, so I'm gonna play that clip real quick.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the one.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
That's the trailer. Hold on 1 second. Let me change it over to the clip. So skateboard assassin. Okay, here we go.
Hang on, Ronnie. We got some nutcase in front of us.
Man, he must be smoking some heavy doobies.
Why is he doing a handstand?
Come on!
It's like, hurry up.
I like this car too. It's a car.
Move it, Harry! They're just up ahead.
It's a car with like a truck on the
Yeah.
bed welded on the back. So this is the scene that sold me on the movie.
You drive past them.
There he is on the back of this truck thing.
I think they're gone now.
Yep.
They're right in front of you. What do you mean they think they're gone? They're right in front of you.
Here's the gun, Skater. Blow him away. No
that guy-
problem, baby.
Blow them away.
That guy's name is Skater, by the way. So he's getting the speed wobbles going down the hill.
Yeah.
He's got the sex doll and a machine gun.
Look out, he's got a gun.
No, he has a shotgun.
That's a rifle.
Or a rifle.
Jade, how bad you hit?
I've been better.
But I'll live.
Let's get that turkey.
What's the point of the doll?
I don't know.
Distraction.
Okay. He gets shot.
Why didn't they just shoot at them from the car that they were in?
The bazooka. Really?
The bazooka, Rowdy? It's the only gun I can hit a moving target with.
So it makes no sense.
It's paid off later.
makes
It's paid
no
off later in the
sense.
movie because he really can't hit a target with the gun. He shoots
That's,
like
that actually, you know what?
9
That's actually,
shots.
Yeah, that's actually yes, exactly. Like when they do in the shootout.
Anyways, that's
sorry.
the scene that I saw, and I'm like, this movie's got to be dynamite. This guy is probably full of ridiculous stuff like this. If they
Right.
put that ridiculous scene right in the middle of this movie, there's got to be all kinds of ridiculous stuff like that. It's like,
Right.
not really. The snake's ridiculous. The rocket explosion is ridiculous. Him, like the kind of final fight in the house, let me down. He shoots the rocket indoors, which I thought was very short-sighted.
Risky.
Yeah, very high risk, low reward. And then the razor frisbee makes no sense, but I thought that was pretty funny.
And the rocket launcher also makes no sense because it blows up the guy and it blows up the doll, and then it doesn't blow up the guy in the house.
No,
and then it just blows up the head of the snake.
Okay, well, you're trying to put logic into this kind of movie. Come on.
There's like a handful of fun scenes. This movie should be like a YouTube compilation. It should be like a 10-minute YouTube compilation of the best scenes from Hard Ticket to Hawaii, and like remove the rest. There's unnecessary characters from like the maitre d' at the restaurant.
Oh, Edie's.
Edie's.
Oh, Edie's. Yeah, yeah. What a name, Edie's.
Well, Edie's the girl's name that owns the restaurant.
Yeah, no, Edie's.
Edie.
Though, like, think about it. Edie's restaurant. Edie's.
Okay,
You keep saying it. What do you mean?
Edie's.
Okay, moving on. But that guy's a complete like chauvinist. The entire time, all he's doing is like hitting on women, making them uncomfortable, talking about the tits of the hostess or whatever. And you're like,
Oh God.
like this guy. I get it. He's supposed to be kind of a dope or whatever, but he's not even a bad guy. He's just a side character. I don't think that he's even honestly played as a bad guy in this movie.
No, he isn't. He's just a pervert.
He's a stand-in for the audience. So
Yeah.
He's just a misogynistic piece of shit.
sure, yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know. There's not enough here to make me be like, I can't wait to watch this again. It's trash, but it's just like it's not full enough for me. I just don't like it. So I came down on it pretty low. It was
It's just not funny.
Yeah, it was a really tough watch. We're watching Miami Connection, and it's like they got the great band, they got Dragon, what do they call it? Dragon Speed or Dragon Power or something like that. I know it's not Dragon Force.
No, it's not.
No.
I think it's
Dragon
something.
Sound. Dragon Sound.
Dragon Sound. Okay.
Yeah, they got Dragon Sound. There's the ridiculous fight scenes. There's bad guys that are ridiculous. There's ninjas that kind of pop up out of nowhere. There's motorcycle ninjas. It's like there's so much fun stuff about Miami Connection that is.
But Hard Ticket to Hawaii didn't have that
No,
effect on you.
yeah, I think I was spoiled by a really so bad it's good movie. Well, two of them. Again, Samurai
Right.
Cop, Heart, and Miami Connection.
Yeah.
So that's where I come down on it. It's like, eh. And this is the highest rated of Andy Sedaris's movies. That was the other
Oh,
thing
his
too.
filmography.
Yeah. The other thing is
Wow.
like I thought, well, if we're gonna watch one of his movies and kind of get to know who he is as a filmmaker, I kind of wanted to be his supposed best made movie. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, in 2014, Paste magazine named this movie the best B movie of all time.
Oh, I would not agree with that.
I'm like, what parameters? Have you even seen a movie before?
I don't. Would you call this a B movie? Is that what you'd call this?
Yeah.
It's definitely a B movie.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely a B movie.
I don't know. When I think about B movies, I always almost kind of think about like monsters, like gore and monsters and
Oh, just like horror movies.
practical effects. I guess it makes sense because it's just like a low budget, crappy action movie.
I mean, like, I think the thing that I really liked about this movie too is just it's simple and fun, and you can like really just kind of not really think when you're watching it.
I was thinking a lot. I was thinking how long.
I was actually thinking quite a bit when I was watching this movie.
I was thinking, when can I turn this movie off?
Don't get me wrong. I was thinking because I have to review it for a movie podcast show that we all do.
No,
together,
I think.
but-
Don't get me wrong. I think all the time.
I'm a great thinker. I think hugely.
I think bigly.
Bigly, yeah, that's it.
But I mean, like, I understand the criticisms that you guys are coming across of, and I appreciate it and I respect it. However,
You disagree.
I disagree.
And I'm cool with that. I like the fact that you disagree. I hope that by the end of this review, you keep your 4.5 star review, because I mean, to be honest,
No, you hate how I changed my mind during this show.
I mean, variety is the spice of life. People don't want to hear three of us parrot the same thing back to them. I want, if people align with Tyler's taste and you give us a great review, and they're gonna like it. If people align with me and Joseph's taste, and we give it a crappy review,
then
they're
I'm
gonna stay away from it.
Yeah, and then I'm the pariah. But
It's not a pariah. It's just taste, It's art. It's not like it's illegal. They're not sex trafficking people on camera. It's just a crappy movie.
I think it is, but I think that I think that's like what the appeal to this movie is. It's the sleaze of it. It's like
Sure.
it's the sleaze of this. By the way, these are supposed to be DEA agents.
Yeah.
I see no badges.
Well, they're undercover.
I see undercover. Yeah, but the two main girls.
ASAC Schrader.
Yeah.
But the main two girls though, well, first of all, their uniforms. I don't know if that's. First of all,
Well, again, they're undercover.
that's undercover. That's undercover.
Yeah,
They
they're
look
undercover.
like park
Power-
rangers.
No, they do not.
Yeah, they kind of
do
do.
not.
No, I'm saying they're dressed as like park rangers.
Park Rangers and like Daisy Dukes or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Daisy Dukes.
Can we talk?
is-
Can we talk about the what's it called? Honoke Air. What's the name of the island that they're on?
Honolulu?
Well,
No,
they're
it's
in
not.
Hawaii. I don't know what island there is.
There's one of there's one of them is actually.
No. Oh yeah. Oh, yes. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce it.
Molokai.
Molokai, that's it. Molokai. So they have Molokai Air is like this shipping company,
Right.
and they work for them, moving. moving cargo from island to island. Right. They're shipping from island to
I didn't
island.
know the DEA had a.
They have to have day jobs. They have to blend in.
So that's what.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
They have to blend in. So that's what they do. And they at one point the main girl, what's her name, Donna.
Yeah.
She brags that she's got Molokai Air into the black. Like it's a thriving business now because of her.
Right.
Which I think is funny. But the boss of that shipping company, he's like cracking the whip on his workers. He goes, "You call that work? Get to work." And they're like, they're lifting boxes and putting them on a cart.
Right.
What more do you want from them? Take the box from this shelf, put it on the freaking cart, and every 12
They're literally just warehouse workers.
Every 12 minutes they go for a coffee break, which I think is hilarious. He's taken them to task and then does nothing about it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I found that hilarious too. Is like everyone's going for a coffee break. Everyone is watching the clock and going for a coffee break,
which is a true to life. But then they're shipping. There's 2 live snakes that are to be shipped in the same day.
Yeah.
One of them's going to a nature preserve, and that's the nice snake. And the other one is supposed to go to some like research facility, and that's
the Department of Health.
That's the chaotic, evil, like it's meat hanging out of its gaping maw the entire time.
It's like the monkey from Dead Alive.
Yeah,
right. Yes,
exactly.
And the only reason why he's going to the Department of Health is because he's been eating cancerous rats.
Yes.
I mean, there is something to be said about
cancer-infested rats.
Yeah, cancer-infested rats.
That's a bad thought. But they're sending one off to one place, one off to the other. Not a shipping label to be found anywhere.
No.
Not one shipping label. They're like,
how do they keep track of this stuff?
The guy's just got a clipboard. That's what the clipboard is. It's like, all right, this snake's going to this place, and well, we don't even talk about the other snake. They load up the bad snake onto the plane.
Yeah.
First off, the guy knocks off the straps with a fucking forklift.
How he did not notice that is beyond me, but okay.
That entire warehouse segment looks like a occupational health and safety warning video.
It does. It does.
They're like operating like this could happen to you. Keep alert when you're working on the job. You never know when you're gonna get a snake that's eating cancer-infested rats.
And by the way,
go to the
why
wrong
are they
spot.
putting snakes in crates and shipping them off like it's just fucking like just like regular packages? That never happens.
Last time I shipped something, I didn't put it in a crate, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I know, but like,
I've never put anything in a crate before.
I've only done that once, and I was shipping. I was actually exporting car parts to New Zealand. One of my friends lives in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We basically had to. I had Kiwi Air. Actually, it was Kiwi Freight, and I had to ship a bunch of car parts down to like the Long Beach port, and they built them up into a crate, a pallet, and then shipped it across to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was an expensive package, I'll tell you.
It was a very horny movie, though. I will say that.
Well, yeah, when you have it filled with actual like pornographic like stars,
I
then
didn't look into it. Were they all Penthouse Playmates and Playboy
was,
Playmates?
I mean, his movies. His movies that he made were dubbed the Bullets, Bombs, and Babes series.
There you go.
And multiples of his movies featured Playboy Playmates and Penthouse Pets in starring roles. And I mean, I didn't look into which of the stars from this movie are like of that environment, that world.
Environment.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any of them who like took their shirt off were in were in Playboy or Penthouse.
Sure. Well, the 2 leads were Hope Marie Carlton, and on IMDb, they'll have a little synopsis about the people.
Yeah.
If you click on the names before you go to their filmography or whatever.
She was a Playboy Playmate.
She was Playmate of the Month, July 1985. And
good year.
I like, great year. Great year for wine and Playmates. And I like, instead of like talking about her accomplishments on film, because this is on IMDb, it says, extremely cute, slim, and shapely blonde sprite, Hope Marie Carlton was born Hope Marie Rizzitano on March 3rd, 1966 in Riverhead, New York. And then if you look on the next one for Donna Spear, it starts very similar. Shapely and statuesque blonde knockout Dawn Spear was born February 7th, 1964, Norwalk, California.
It says shapely.
Shapely and statuesque, it says.
Statuesque.
Statuesque, yeah.
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 I think we all know what that means.
It just means she got a shape to her.
Yeah.
And good and how.
Well, good for her. I mean, like, excuse me.
I mean, there's
What was that?
it was a yawn.
Oh.
Tyler was up all night.
I was.
I think you know what he's
I know
doing.
why you like this movie.
Pants off.
Yeah, he was watching this movie this morning. That's why he was late.
That's right. That's right. No,
He was getting
spilled
ready.
You spilled your issue this morning.
yeah. No, I released myself. That's it. You know what? I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. I did those things.
I did.
On his circumcised way.
I said those
No,
things.
you stop it. You stop it with that. I don't need to be discriminated. But yeah, no, I think this movie, I know you guys didn't like it, but for myself, I felt entertained. I was very entertained. Like I thought it was just
This
the
movie
movie-
spoke to me.
the movie was just so stupid, and it was so stupid to
You got that right.
to the entertainment to
Yeah.
myself. And so that's why I really enjoyed it. And there's some lines in there, like the calling the bodyguard shades.
Yeah.
And shades. I was thinking about it today while I was on my way to the Abeyta Studios late, and I just kept thinking to myself, shades.
That's really
funny.
got me going.
That's really funny. I really like that. That's so funny. I think my problem with this movie is that Andy Sedaris, he
I
made
thought
this
you were
movie.
going to say Andy Serkis, but okay.
Very funny.
Can you imagine if he was in this movie?
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, circus. Yeah,
I don't think he was. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
I think my problem with this movie is the same problem I have with movies like Sharknado, where he was not attempting to make a serious movie. You know what I mean? Like he knew that this was gonna be like I'm making a B movie. I'm making a tongue-in-cheek comedy movie that stars all these Playboy bunnies.
Okay.
And the allure is going to be the chicks and maybe the
Explosions.
like absurd explosions and stuff like that.
Sure.
Whereas a movie with like Miami Connection or Samurai Cop, it was a genuine attempt at making a good movie, but then it turned out to be really shitty. And for me, the like attempt to make the joke, it makes the movie worse as opposed to making like the attempt to make a good movie and it turns out bad.
I can see where you're coming from. I think that this is just my opinion. I think he was successful at it, but it just doesn't. It doesn't hit everyone.
I don't know. I don't think this was an attempt at making a bad. I think that this is that's the speed of this filmmaker. Like not necessarily he's aiming for a shitty movie or he doesn't have to try. I just think that it's almost like a Neil Breen movie where he thinks he's doing something good and you're like, bro, this is not dialogue. What is this? What is this?
I don't think it's quite that. I think he was aware. At least he had some awareness with.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that he was filming that blow up doll explosion scene thinking that this was going to be played.
Okay,
seriously.
that's fair. That's fair.
That is fair. Yeah, that is fair.
We should watch that clip again. I'm just kidding. That's the best part of it. That and the trailer, because the trailer sells you this bill of goods that it's like nonstop action, chicks in sunglasses, ninja stars. Oh, by the way,
so this movie came out in 1987, correct? And so I'm thinking that the target audience was like pubescent teenage men
and middle-aged men who just want to see a bunch of topless chicks. They just want to see tits and explosions.
So so now that I'm thinking about this, I don't think he was trying to make a bad movie, Joseph. However, I think he was trying to make a targeted movie towards,
I don't think he was trying to make a bad movie. I think he was trying to make a comedy.
Oh, I see. Almost like a Lethal Weapon, like buddy cop sort of movie but I think he's just out of his depth. I think that's what it is.
At the time, like movies like Sharknado, like that genre of movie wasn't like, at least as far as I know. I mean, I wasn't around in the 80s, so I don't know, but like as far as I'm aware, it doesn't seem like that type of movie. Like we filmmakers were not aware at the time that they could make movies like that. Like, I'm going to make a movie so bad intentionally that people who like bad movies are going to come and watch it.
I just can't draw a straight line from Sharknado to this.
No,
I think there's a pretty big chasm from the intention of the filmmaker. But again, agree to disagree, and we're thinking probably way more than Andy Sedaris even thought about making this own movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like this and Malibu Express and his other kind of like movies in this pantheon of movies is like, it's an excuse to go on a vacation, for one.
Correct.
And
I mean, they were in Hawaii the whole time.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Excuse to go on a vacation, excuse to hang out with Playboy playmates and like hang out on people's yachts.
Yeah.
The yacht was owned by, let's see, where's this guy? Where is it?
Oh, wait, they know the owner of the yacht.
Yeah, where is it here?
I mean, he made a genre of movies that had explosions and tits. So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think that there was
I agree. Again, I think we're saying the same thing, but I think on different levels. Where Sharknado is a 10 on the awareness
It's offensively bad.
Yeah, but I think for me, it's like the awareness of it. Like Velocipaster, fucking hate that because there's scenes where they have, placeholder CGI text on screen that says insert car explosion, flames here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you know what you're doing, and you're like trying to cash in on this like trend of watching these crappy movies.
Yeah,
Right.
it's interesting.
And that's Sharknado to me. That's like the same
Yeah,
thing.
Sharknado definitely has like that sort of aspect where like you can infer from the title Sharknado, but with Hard Ticket to Hawaii, I think it was just like you were saying, Pete, it was an excuse just to go on a vacation, to hang out with Playboy or playmates.
Yeah, Playboy playmates.
Yeah. And so it was just an excuse. Whether or not, obviously they were trying. They were trying, but it just, at the end of the day, they got millions of dollars just to do this. And
Who got millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, who got millions of dollars in this?
Well, the director or the creator,
maybe the producers and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see.
I think the actors got a pretty good payday as well.
They got unlimited cocaine. That's what they got.
Probably so. And so, I think for myself is when I watched this movie. When I watched this movie this morning at 6:35, I was thinking.
Did you really watch it this morning?
I did. Yeah.
Why were you late? If you're watching it at 6:35, why were you 45 minutes late to our recording?
I like I said, I had multiple red lights and there was traffic and I was just running late.
Tyler, you hate
I was just running late. That's what it was.
You hate that when I say that's an excuse. That's a bad excuse. You say you don't like the phrase excuses, but that's a bullshit excuse.
That's not a bullshit excuse.
I ran into every red light. If you left on time, it wouldn't have mattered.
45 minutes worth of red lights.
I haven't sat at 45 minutes worth of red lights all week combined, cumulatively. You know what? You could actually be here beforehand. I thought we were friends. We'd hang out before the stream, I could cook you breakfast.
Wait a minute, we're not friends?
I thought so. Apparently we're not because you're like...
How is that? Because I was late.
You're like, I want to wait to the last possible second to get to your house so I don't have to have any small talk, no banter, right up and start streaming.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm. I see how it is.
You do not see how that is.
Uh-huh.
But, oh, God damn it, no.
So I looked up the box office on this. There's no figures.
There is none.
No figures. Yeah. No budget. No box office, no nothing. And
Really?
this could be an easy way to funnel drug money. Could be easily. I mean, we talk about Hollywood math, Hollywood accounting in the past.
Oh yeah.
John Vidiola says Tyler hates everyone, and also he says Velocipaster rules. He says not only do you hate, he basically is inferring not only do you hate me but everyone.
That's not true at all.
Then why don't you come here early and spend time with your old pal Pete?
Because I'm not gonna get into it.
Pal Pete.
I woke up late.
I have no social interaction. I go to work. I come home. I see the I see the love of my life downstairs who loves me, and I pet little Samwise.
I drink strawberry lemonade.
And then I'm like, oh boy, my friend Tyler's coming over today. Poor Joseph's sick. We'll have to get together next week. But Tyler's going to be here. We can throw on a great tale about the weekend, the week we had together. We could sit out back, drink strawberry lemonades and ice water together. And I'm just sitting here waiting. Clock's ticking. Call time comes 11:30. That's our call time for the show. And Tyler's like, I'm getting ready.
I'm getting
ready. Running late. Getting ready. Walking out the door any second now. 30 minutes from now.
Hey, look, I apologize. Of course, I love being here. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I considered saying, you know what? Let's just all remote today. So I can be in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
But I didn't.
You didn't want to be here.
Didn't. You know what? No, I didn't. Because you know why?
What?
Because I wanted to be here with you.
Oh, thanks, pal.
But anyway,
I'd rather be late.
I want to.
Stop it, Joseph. I didn't mean to be late.
I want to go back to a thing I was going to say before Tyler ran me off the road. So the first time you see the girls jump into action, they get ambushed by some of the bad guys.
Yeah.
She throws the nunchucks at him.
Yeah.
That's not how you use nunchucks. She
just throws them.
That's why I said she throws the nunchucks at him. Why?
But that is the dumb blonde thing, right? That's the Andy Sidaris being like, look at this.
I know she's a DEA agent and perfectly capable. Her police issue nunchucks that she got.
And then she throws and then there's a throwing star.
Yes, that's the other thing I was going to say. The only movie I've ever seen where after a throwing star is used, she retrieves the throwing star. Which
retrieves it.
I appreciated that. Yeah.
Also, the remote control helicopter carrying the little briefcases full of diamonds. For a second, I thought they were trying to tell us that was a real
helicopter,
life-size helicopter.
Oh, that's funny.
But luckily, it was like, who's controlling this thing?
Yeah, no.
Did you notice in the credits that they credit the helicopter pilot and also builder?
No.
It says helicopter built and piloted by so and so or whatever. I like that.
Which they never did. They find out who's controlling the helicopter?
No.
Yeah, the Mr. Chang, whitest guy on the planet, Mr. Chang. Only person in this movie that doesn't seem like he's actively on Quaaludes. Like he's acting his ass off. Everyone else's eyes are low.
He's only in it for like 2 minutes.
He's the big bad, and he barely is in it whatsoever. He has a dramatic death where he grabs the red scarf and flies.
When I saw
his
name and he was playing Mr. Chang in the opening credits,
yeah,
I was like, oh, Robert Brahmalau plays Mr. Chang. But then they try to explain it at the end where he's like, his dad was his Chinese and his mom's half British or something like that.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we need to retcon this.
Yeah, he was Chinese and then he was, in English.
So yeah, I thought he was strange. He was a strange character. I thought he was actually doing pretty well. He kind of reminded me of Cesar Romero, the original Joker. Had that same kind of energy from the original Batman series.
Yeah.
Bringing a good energy while everyone else is freaking high off their mind. Which, speaking of which, the main girl, Donna Spear, who plays Donna, she said in her autobiography book that she was intoxicated for most of the shoot and subsequently embarrassed by her performance. Sure. What do you guys want to say? Cocaine? Quaaludes?
What do we want to say that she was on?
Yeah.
I would say probably Coke is the 80s.
It was probably Coke, but I think Coke and booze.
The era says cocaine, but her performance is Quaaludes to me.
Yeah, Quaaludes.
Are they a downer or an upper?
Yeah,
Quaaludes are a downer.
Yeah,
Cocaine is an
okay.
upper.
You can't get Quaaludes anymore.
Yeah, but in the 80s.
But in the 80s, they were.
Oh, I got a guy.
They were Skittles out there.
She says that she partially attributes her decision to go clean and remaining sober for the duration of the suit on going on to appear in 5 more Andy Sedaris films. She was in 6 of his films. Spears also credits Sedaris' support with her remaining sober, as they had a driver on standby at all times to take her to an AA meeting if she felt like she might relapse. Oh, so it was alcohol.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Good call, Tyler. Tyler knows a fellow booze hound when he sees one.
That's right. That is,
He's like, I can smell my own.
yeah.
So Andy Sedaris used to work in sports before he went into making movies.
You think that his
Interesting.
You think the character Jimmy Johnson was based on him?
Maybe
sports
because he
broadcaster?
was
Was he a broadcaster?
I think he worked in the broadcasting. He moved to LA to work for ABC Sports, and he directed AFL football games in the 60s. And he directed the first telecast of the Wide World of Sports in 61, Monday night football games, as well as ABC's coverage of every Olympics from the 1964 Winter Games to the 1988 Winter Games. And he has won several Emmys.
Wow, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a accomplished sports broadcaster. How hard could filmmaking be?
While directing, this is interesting. This will be a nice little tie-in to how he made his movies.
Okay.
While he was directing college football games on ABC, Sedaris pioneered what became known as the honey shot. Can you guys guess what the honey shot entails?
Is it the girl's butt? Cheerleader's butt, maybe?
I don't know.
Tyler?
I couldn't tell you.
Close-ups of cheerleaders and attractive female fans in the stands at sporting events.
This guy seems like a creep.
Well, have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a movie before.
I'm going to power through some of my notes here. They're flying in cowboy boots. That can't
So he was a
safe.
female appreciator.
Yes, the
Yeah,
the cowboy boots.
I mean,
Like
aren't we all?
what is that? What is that?
A terrible line by Seth Romero. If brains were bird shit, you'd have a clean cage.
That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense.
When Rowdy and Jade are first introduced, they're doing karate on a boat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful. There's a Malibu Express poster hanging in the bungalow, in Donna's bungalow.
Oh.
Don't they talk about it? They reference it.
Yeah, she says,
so.
You got another spy movie poster? Where are you going to put him? And
Oh, they talk about James Bond
Yeah.
consistently throughout the movie.
Right. Yes.
I think Andy Sedaris really wanted to be this generation's sleaze Bond.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes, there's already 2 topless scenes, which is impressive.
What he was wearing one of the more scantily clad Speedos that I've ever seen.
Oh, it's a bikini brief. It's like
Yeah.
it's string.
Yes.
It's a string on the side.
No,
Yeah.
the first topless scene that happened, I was shocked. I was like, "Oh, wow, okay."
Right to it.
We have I have a boob count. I took tally. Actually, I had Brianna take tally.
Pair of boobs, right? Or are you just going one boob at a time?
For the purposes of this boob count, one counts for both of the pair.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So pair, going by pairs.
Yeah, and I'm not talking individuals like cutaways. If it's the same scene and it cuts away and cuts back to the same girl's boobs, that's all one. That's one. I have integrity.
How many scenes,
I have
basically?
integrity. Yeah, how many boob scenes?
Okay.
Do you guys want to guess how many boob scenes there are in this?
How many pairs of boobs?
Yeah, how many pairs of boobs on scene? So if there's 2 sets of breasts on the scene,
How many pairs
that counts
of
for
boobs
2.
in this movie?
I'm gonna say 17.
Okay, Tyler, Joseph.
I'll guess 14.
So my question is, are you guys counting the credits or not? Because I have a separate tally for credits.
The credits?
Yeah.
Oh, like when they showed the credits?
Yeah, when the credits roll, it cuts back to a lot of the scenes.
I'm not including the credits.
Yeah,
not
I was,
including?
yeah, I was included
Because they show the same scenes again.
They do,
Yeah.
but they're like different takes of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are both too high, way too high, surprisingly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's
Not in
only
the double digits?
there's only 8 boob scenes in the
Really?
runtime of the film. Yeah.
Felt like so much more.
Seems like
Yeah,
so much more.
It did feel like so much more.
But there are 6 in the credits, so Joseph hit it dead on with 14.
Oh, hell yeah.
Damn it.
You fell ass backwards into success.
Failed upwards.
Boob backwards, yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's so much more because every scene is so awkward.
I think
Well, they're
that
long too.
yeah,
like
I
the
was gonna
scenes are
say they're
like
long.
they
Yeah.
just stay on the scenes for way too long.
Yeah.
Like that beach scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's unnecessary.
Anything else you guys want to say before we grade this?
I not really. I mean, like I think the
Hang on, Ronnie.
Sorry, we
got
gotta watch
some
this one more
nutcase in front
time.
of us.
Okay.
Just for the listeners. Yes.
Man, he must be smoking some heavy doobies.
So hey, there doobies.
It's pretty impressive though.
Yeah, it's like wait, he's on the gauge, like doing that.
The handstand skateboarding, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They're just up ahead.
What does he think? You Rodney Mullen?
Yeah.
They're just up ahead. Like you just saw him pass through. Like.
I think they're gone now. Yep.
You're going no.
Wait a second. He says, "I think they're gone now." They didn't even comment on them in the first place.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey,
what
look
does that even mean?
Look at this guy in the back of this truck. He looks like no good. Oh, don't worry, he's gone now." It just goes. All right, continue.
Here's the gun skater. Blow him away. No problem, baby.
You get it because they had the blow up doll. Blow him away.
Nice, good call. Music's a bop though.
Look out, he's got a gun.
I like how they're so cavalier about it. Look out, he's got a gun.
All right, watch how high he gets launched in the air.
Jade, how bad you hit? I've been better,
They back up into
but I'll
him.
live. Let's get that turkey.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the heart.
I know. Hold on, get the blow up doll too. Oh my god.
The snake.
Fantastic.
We didn't really talk about the snake. It
Oh,
just
yeah.
seemed it seemed like a weird kind
That
of
was-
pointless subplot that I mean I
Yeah.
guess it comes through in the end, but it just
Was that a butt joke because of the toilet?
why does the toilet explode?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't. Yeah,
Who
when the
knows?
snake comes out, he triggers an explosive device.
Yeah. Because like they're talking about the snake earlier in the movie. It's like it eats all of its prey like alive and whole, right?
Yeah.
I know they're taking. This is what I found hilarious about this movie is that they're taking supposedly they're taking the snake to a nature preservation center.
Yeah.
And they have this book on how to take care of snakes.
Yeah, they're
you don't
given-
think you don't think the zoologist who is at the center knows how to take care of a goddamn snake?
They're like, make sure they get this guidebook. It's not in the package or anything. It's just
it's like why does the zoologist need to have an instruction manual on how to take care of the snake? I think they know best. They so it just that made me laugh too because like they were just like reading like from like a National Geographic sort of of pamphlet and it's just like
a vague.
It was like the equivalent if they Googled what to feed a snake.
exactly.
See, jokes on you, Joseph. They didn't have Google back then.
I know. I'm saying if it was nowadays, that's the equivalent.
Like they were saying such basic facts of snakes, and I was just like,
Joseph, what else do you have to say about the snake?
But even like the snake, they were like it eats everything like
Whole.
it eats alive and whole. But when it kills those people, it doesn't eat them at all. It just,
oh, that's true. He doesn't. He just chews them up.
he chews them up and then.
Oh God! It's what was that guy's name that died?
oh, I can't remember.
I
It was
don't
like it
They
was like
reference him like we know who that guy is.
it was
he's
like the
been-
it was like the couple.
We've been in the
that-
movie earlier. Oh no, it's Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's dead now. Everyone's like, who the?
I know,
fuck
like
is
they
Jimmy?
And they have the Polaroid of like
snake-
the snake attacking.
Hold on, this was stuck in the camera. Oh, it was the snake that did it the whole time.
And but the snake didn't even eat the people.
They like ate the crust of the people.
Maybe I
It
guess
just ate the head of the broccoli off, left the stems.
Yeah, exactly. And then it is like there's a point in the movie where there's someone running outside and they trip on like a drain cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
yeah.
it shows that
one of
it's
the
open
robbers. Yeah.
now. But then like that like 30 minutes later we see the payoff of the snake
going
into
the
it.
septic
And
tank.
that's when it comes out of the toilet.
Oh, Andy Sedaris, you done it again.
He plants the seed, man. He plants that seed. He's like,
Yeah.
remember this?
He's a cinematic genius.
Yeah, he's is he crazy or is he so smart he seems crazy?
the biggest one of the biggest things that is a problem is the rocket launcher logic.
Yeah,
It's like it blows up a helicopter, it blows up a human and a blow up doll, but it doesn't blow up a human inside of a building, and it blows up only the head of the snake.
yeah, wildly varies. Maybe they have different size rockets, like you can get different shotgun shells.
Oh, yeah,
One's
maybe so, I
buckshot,
guess,
one's a
yeah.
slug.
You know what was weird
He
though
flips
is
the switch to low.
you know what was weird is like that snake got like shot in the head like 3 or 4 times and it still didn't die.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
just
those cancer-riddled mice.
Oh,
that
it's
Cancer
they're eating.
infested
all-
rats.
Yeah, all those rats, keeping them alive.
Joseph, anything else you wanted to say?
What happens at the end? I can't even remember. Like after the whole.
It's just sort of.
Oh, they're on the boat and they have the
Yeah.
diamonds.
Yeah,
And-
they confront Mr. Chang. They go to his office building. He throws
throw him out-
he
throw him
throws
out
a
the building.
samurai sword at him and it misses, and then they kick him out the window. He dies. He splats, and then they're on the boat and they're saying, "We're gonna take the diamonds now." So they're
Well,
bad
because
guys.
the other girl, the like partner, she's not a DEA agent.
Oh yeah, they keep calling her civilian.
Yeah,
You're
like
just
is
a
she not-
civilian.
she's not a DEA agent. I thought they were both.
I know.
DEA agents.
I don't understand her
It was-
relationship.
It was vague at best. It was
yeah,
vague at
I don't
best.
understand the relationship of
So
that.
you guys got to report this federally, right?
Yeah.
As agents, but me, a civilian, I don't have to do anything.
So
like, oh yeah, no, yeah, robbing someone and killing people.
it's
It had a Goonies ending.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, I think that's fairly accurate because people assume they know how the law works, even though if they really don't. Like,
Right.
if you're a lawyer, you could just confidently say, "This is how this works, and this is how that works," or whatever. When I was managing one of my shops in the Bay Area like years ago, 10 years ago almost, and we had a recovered theft repair at the shop, my body shop. We fixed the car, and we're cleaning it all up, and my detailer comes to me and he brings an envelope full of cash that he found under the passenger side floor mat. And it was like $3,500 cash and like 1,800 euros.
Damn.
And so he brought it. He's like, "Hey, I just found this. What do we do?" Because it was a theft recovery. This person had their car stolen and was gone for like 2 weeks before they
really?
recovered it. That's why we were fixing it. It was all the damage from the theft recovery.
And then you got your machine gun out of your
your
desk.
There's more to the story than that, but long story short, we contacted the customer and asked them, "Hey, do you guys have like run a business where you have to do like a cash deposit? Maybe you had cash that was, in the car when the car was stolen." And they're like, "No, nothing like that. I keep toll money in there, maybe like $40 or something." I'm like, "Okay, well, we found some cash. It was a lot more than that." "No, that's not ours." "Okay, cool. I'm gonna report it to the police then for the investigation because there's an active investigation for it." And they gave me the contact number for the police officer, and I reported it. And then I told the customer how much it was, and they're like, "Holy moly, no, that's definitely not ours." Police came, picked the cash up for me the same day, and then after they had already left, the customer called me back and said, "Hey, you know what? We got to thinking. That's actually in my car. I think that money belongs to me." And I'm like, "You already gave me the information for the police officer. It's already with the police. It's in official. They brought an evidence bag and everything."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, how about this? How about you and I split it?" I'm like,
It's already gone.
I like, A, it's gone. B, I don't want nothing to do with whoever's money that is.
Right.
Because they also found like 6 or 7 pink slips for other cars in the car and multiple driver's licenses for people in the cars. I was like, this is a sophisticated. This isn't just a smash and grab thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a hard ticket to Hawaii.
It really does. I was like, I don't want to end up in the crosshairs of Seth Romero. So I said, no dice. And what the police officers told me, because I told them about all this too. And they're like, well, if nobody claims it within 6 months, it does go to the owner. So I told her that. I was like, don't worry, you'll probably get it anyways, because who's going to claim this probably stolen money off of a car that they stole
You're
from
such
you?
a Boy Scout. I would have just swiped that.
I know you would have.
I'd have been like
Thief.
I want to be able to sleep at night, Tyler.
Oh well, yeah.
I want to sleep at night. I don't kick dogs.
I don't kick dogs.
I don't
What are you talking
I don't
about?
spit on homeless people. and I don't.
You don't want Anton Chigurh would be after you.
I know, and I don't want to. I don't take money that's not mine. I want to sleep well at night, unlike you, maybe.
You know what's crazy is that like movies where there's like a character finds a bag of money and it's like belongs to the mob or something, or like in No Country for Old Men. It's like in my brain, I'm like, how would they find the person who found the money?
Because people talk. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word travels fast.
Yeah. All right, so let's put some grades on this. Tyler, you gave this 4.5 stars at the beginning. Where do you come down on it now after the discussion?
Still an A. Still 4.5 stars.
A.
Yeah. I think this movie. I think what it succeeds on is creating a memory. Of course, I can look at the glaring choices that the director made and the acting chops of these people. Not great, of course. However, I think when I'm watching this movie, like when I was watching this movie, and not even through a nostalgic lens, but more so that it's effective at creating a memory. And so I think that's what...
I mean, childhood trauma also creates a memory, but that's not a good thing.
Well, I mean, obviously...
It's such an interesting way to describe something as like something that creates a memory, because, I mean, everything creates memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fell off the top of the jungle gym and cracked my skull.
Yes, I'm aware of it, but like if you can understand that I'm putting it in a positive...
Do you mean it's like creates a feeling?
No,
it creates a memory.
Is that associated with the feeling?
I suppose so.
I think Tyler's saying it created a memory from him from the first time he watched it, and watching it the second time recalls that memory. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Yes, of course, but I was not like
it's a core memory.
Like, oh my god, like I just said. I'm not putting, like, when I was watching it, I wasn't putting it through a nostalgic lens.
Okay.
I was watching it, and as I was watching it and reviewing it, I thought to myself,
I remember this.
No.
I will remember this. Memory created.
I was thinking about someone else who would watch this for the first time with a group of friends, and they would remember it as a positive experience. And I think that's where it was successful at doing.
But you have a core memory with watching it with one of your friends.
Of course I do. But but I wasn't watching it through that lens. And so
no, I know. I'm just saying in general that you have a core memory of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go down that path, for example, I had a very positive time watching this movie for the first time. Like, we were laughing and hollering. It was great. And so that's what I kind of feel like what other people's experience would have watching it.
You'd be wrong.
We should be so lucky. I wish I had that. I wish I had that experience.
Yeah,
I really do. I had such high hopes. So go continue. This is your review.
Anyways, just like to conclude my thoughts, though, it's not lost on me that this is a bad movie. Like, it's not lost on me, but
you can still enjoy it. Yeah,
I think exactly. Like, I can enjoy it. Would I ever seek this out like on my own? Probably not.
You're drunk.
I thought it was supposed to be.
Who keeps saying that?
Who was that? That was Willem Dafoe. I thought you just said it was like a raucous good time. You won't seek it out on your. What about if a group of friends?
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
So if like you were to have a bunch of friends over at your house, you might say, "Hey, we should watch this movie. It's a blast as a group."
Yeah, that would require me having a bunch of friends, but yes.
All right, you good on that?
A
for Tyler.
Yeah, definitely an A.
A for Tyler. All right, Joseph, where do you come down on this movie?
This is a D for double D.
D, huh?
Double D. I see what you did there.
Very nice.
Yes. Not a lot of redeeming value for me here. I didn't find myself laughing at the, I guess, absurd, over-the-top scenes. I guess like the director wanted us to.
Yeah.
It's just too it's just too bad. Like it's just too bad. It doesn't.
It's too bad.
It's too bad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't find anything that is good about it.
There's no redeeming qualities
What about the
at all.
what about the rocket scene with the blow up doll?
It's not worth it.
But was that redeeming at all?
No.
No.
So why is it an F then?
It said it's a D.
I mean, I don't hate it. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
hate this movie.
It's not. You don't actively.
It's just
hate
not
it.
good. It's just very underwhelming, and
Were
it
you
doesn't-
expecting more?
Yes.
Ah.
Because it is a cheesy, bad 80s movie like Samurai Cop or Miami Connection. I know we keep coming back to those, but those are
It's like the archetype.
very fun to watch.
Yeah.
This was not fun to watch, or not nearly as fun as those movies. So, yeah.
All right.
D.
Joseph gives it a D.
Wow.
All
that was
right.
a good drop.
So not Samurai Cop. Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I wish it was Samurai Cop. Where do I come down on this movie? I think I was sold something that it was not delivered upon. And there's two things that oversold me for this movie. Is one, I guess three. One was the trailer. It's a great trailer.
Yeah.
It
Very great
makes you
trailer.
feel like you're in the strong, capable hands of a cheese ball action connoisseur, Andy Sedaris. And number two is the clip of the blow up doll rocket explosion.
Right.
I was like, fuck, man, if that's in this movie, how could I go wrong? And then the third thing I think that ruined it is, you guys seen Jackie Brown, the Tarantino movie?
No, but I
No.
heard it's highly regarded.
So there's a segment in Jackie Brown where Robert De Niro is watching, he's like getting stoned and watching movies on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And he watches these, it's a boobs, bombs, and babes type movie. And it's just called Chicks with Machine Guns or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just girls in bikinis shooting the machine guns and their boobs are kind of jiggling around. And it's a very frenetically cut, kind of like Kill Bill, shot like very fast, very rapid paced.
Okay.
And the more that I experience various like old school kind of crappy, kitschy movies and like classic Japanese cinema and classic American sleaze cinema, the more I realize that like everything of Quentin Tarantino's movies is lifted from something else.
Right.
But he's not copying it. He's taking like
He's inspired by
he's
it.
taking the base plate of those types of movies and expanding it into his modern sensibility and making the better version of it in his mind.
Sure.
That's so many of his movies are like that. And just that little small segment is like, oh, that's an homage to Andy Sedaris. And just that small segment, I'm like, this is going to be fun. If it's anything like that movie expanded to 90 minutes, I'm going to have a good time. And it let me down. There's not enough, I said it before, not enough meat on the bone to just keep me interested in the movie. It's poorly paced. It's really poorly acted. And most of the stuff doesn't make sense. And ultimately, it's just like, it's like a negative to women. And it's like,
it is. It's
like,
very
it's like,
misogynistic.
I don't need everything to be a women's suffrage movie or, equal rights or whatever. And I understand there's a place in history for that, but it's like,
of course.
it fucking sucks. So this movie fucking sucks is where I come down on it.
And so what's your grade?
I'll give it a D+. I don't think
my
I don't
God.
think it's quite as bad as, I don't know.
This is a very polarizing episode.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a C-, but it's like the enjoyment wasn't even there. So the benefits is good explosions, ridiculous fight scenes, ninja stars. The snake I thought was actually pretty fun, although it didn't make sense. And just the sheer amount of explosions was fun. So
Sure.
Hi, Cosmo. So yeah, I give it a D+, D from Joseph, and an A from Tyler.
Cosmo, what do you have to say? Meow. This movie fucking sucked.
Yeah. So now it's time for the Wheel of Destiny. 1 wheel, 8 slots, 3 hosts. This is the Wheel of Destiny. All
Wheel
right.
of Destiny.
Hard ticket to Hawaii off the wheel. And I have a number of things I wanted to put on here. There's one that came up recently that I haven't really heard anybody really talk about, and I haven't seen it in its entirety. But it's kind of an enigma of a movie that I think it's going to be worth a little bit more of a deep dive. This is called Windy City Heat.
Windy City Heat. That sounds familiar.
Windy City Heat. It's kind of a precursor to something like a Borat or An Idiot Abroad.
Like a mockumentary?
Kind of. Basically, it's an early Jimmy Kimmel production.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's like a producer on it, and there's these three friends. They call themselves the Big Three, and one of them
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait is a character in it.
He's directed it.
Yeah, and he's a character in it too.
What the fuck?
He plays a director. So basically, the plot of it is that there's a movie being made, and they cast this character, this real life person named Perry Caravello. I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
Scary Perry. And he's kind of like a Sam Kinison, where he screams a lot, but he's a real life character. He's not playing a character. He's a real life dope. And his friends make him believe that he's the star of this real movie. But in reality, he's the star of the movie they're making about the making of the fake movie. And the entire movie is just designed, the production of the movie is designed to piss him off. to get him to like blow up and then record these ridiculous, responses to like minor inconveniences.
Yeah.
So, like for example, there's a craft food service table, and someone says, Perry, I want you to guard this craft food services table. We can't have anybody eat off it for the next 30 minutes, please. You're in charge of it. He goes, all right, I can do it. And they send in a chaotic person to basically literally crash the table. And then everybody gets mad at Perry, and he starts screaming about it. It wasn't my fault. There's nothing I could do. What do you want me to do? I'm not a security guard.
When did this movie come out?
I don't know. Like,
2003.
Okay, cool. I was going to say late 90s, early 2000s. But so I don't know anything about it, but I feel like it's like really early sort of breaking the meta sort of commentary into bridging the gap between like reality TV and reality movies.
Yeah.
And I've never heard anybody talk about it. I've never seen it all the way through. So we'll see if that...
I've never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, so we'll take a look.
Dane Cook as Roman Polanski.
Oh, really? What the fuck? Okay. All right, so I'm going to recap the wheel for those that are new to the show, that are watching on YouTube Live right now, or YouTube not live. We have the Wheel of Destiny here. There's 8 slots, 3 hosts, and 2 remaining slots. We each get 2 movies, and the 2 remaining slots are Patreon picks. I still haven't filled in Linda's slot with someone else, but we're just going to leave Javier's on there. If it lands on Linda's or Javi's, we'll just watch it Javi's for Blackberry. Okay, so we're going to recap the wheel. We have Oppenheimer from Joseph, Lahane from Joseph, Blackberry from Javier, the Patreon pick, Windy City Heat from Pete, The Abominable Dr. Phibes from Pete, Mr. and Mrs. Smith from Tyler, American History X from Tyler. So we're going to give this a spin. This is what we're going to watch next week.
Okay.
Joseph, can you see this?
Yes.
Can you call it for us?
Abominable Dr. Phibes.
Abominable Dr. Phibes. Phibes, something like that. This is a donated pick from Patreon member and pal of the show, Bruce Perky. He mentioned how it would be a great movie for us to review, just like Paprika. I took his advice and I put it on the wheel.
Oh my god.
So
Sorry,
Tyler,
guys.
once again,
Sorry,
getting
Tyler.
shafted.
Skunked again.
That's okay.
This
That's
is a-
fine. I really like this movie. I have a really fond memory of this movie that I'll bring up on the show next week.
Interesting that the last 2 movies this week and next week are movies that you've seen and neither of us have seen.
Wow.
That's rare.
I guess so.
That doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, I think that's it.
I think this will be a bit from now on. Tyler's movie's never getting picked.
Yeah, it's a real.
That's not going to be a bit.
It's a real scary Perry situation.
Yeah, that's not going to be a bit.
When is my movie gonna get picked?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Although I do really want to talk about American History X.
I'm sure you do. Your red laces are just like beaming from under the table. It's the only thing I can see from your lower half of your body is those red laces sticking out of the shadows.
How did I know this would come back to that?
Well, when you put American History X on the wheel,
and you talk about how I would have been a Nazi too.
Oh my God.
What other choice do you have but join the Nazis?
We can get on. We can discuss that off mic.
All right. Anything else, fellas?
No, that's it.
Nope.
All right. So thank you to everyone on YouTube Live that's been watching and chatting. We have Way Better, Bree Like We, and John Vidiola that are in the chat. We really appreciate that. Anybody who's watching on YouTube later in the week, I appreciate that as well. And everyone, all the OGs in the podcast land, thank you so much for listening. And thank you to our cool-ass yard duties on Patreon. Those are our highest tier members, and that is Javier, Heather Sachs, Ryan Corbin, and Chris. So join us very soon. We're going to be releasing the date for our stream-along for the Neil Breen new movie, Cade, the Tortured Crossing.
Cade.
Cade. Oh, thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. It's a fun episode. So we stream every week, Saturday, starting at 12-ish, 12:30-ish, and we go until whenever we stop. Join us next week. It should be a lot of fun as we review The Abominable Dr. Fives. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we gab and chatter and all that good stuff. So until next time, thank you for joining us today. Follow us next week. The Abominable Dr. Fives will be in the crosshairs. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class, and leave us a voicemail, why don't you, at 209-730-6010.
And follow us on Twitter at Podcast MCFC and on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
See ya.